Hello students, welcome back. I am Mrs. Divya dealing with the chapter 10 Microbes in Human Welfare, and this is the third lecture. So in the previous module we have discussed the contents whatever we are going to deal in the chapter, and we have started with the first one, that is the microbes in household product is completed, right? So in this video I am going to discuss with the second use of the microbes, that is the use of microbes in industrial products. So if you go on seeing, uh, the microorganisms can be used for different purposes in the industries, for different types in the industrial production. Okay, so some of the uses of it is in the production of alcoholic beverages, in the organic acid fermentation. It can be used in the production of vitamins, antibiotics, enzymes, and also in the dairy industry. So let us study about these one by one. So this part, that is microbes in industrial products, we are going to study it under three subheadings. That is, first one is fermented beverages, use of it in the antibiotics, and use of microbes in the production of chemicals, enzymes, and other bioactive molecules. Okay, so let us start with the first one, that is fermented beverages. Now what do you mean by this term fermented beverages? They are also called as alcoholic beverages, that is, these are nothing but the fermented drinks. Okay, so how are these produced? So they are produced by the anaerobic respiration. We have already discussed what do you mean by the term anaerobic respiration, which is nothing but fermentation, right? So where sugar is actually converted into alcohols, and during the process carbon dioxide is also released. So this is how fermentation takes place, and by this process of fermentation many beverages or fermented drinks are produced. So generally the substrate which is used for this alcoholic fermentation, so you know what is meant by substrate, right? So substrate is the one substance or the chemical which is undergoing the reaction. So here malted cereals can be used, the sugar molasses. Molasses means, I hope you know, it is nothing but the refined sugar, the sugar cane, it is refined, and the product what you get, or the syrup like product what you get by this refining process, is called as the molasses. Generally sugar cane is used for the purpose, and many different fruit juices, they are fermented to get these different kinds of beverages, such as different kinds of liquors. Okay, so there are variety of liquors, that is depending upon their alcohol concentration, such as the wine, beer, and the whiskey are some of the examples. So how do we use the microorganisms here? So the use of microorganisms in making these fermented beverages, it has been taking place, or it is known since time immemorial, that is since 700 BC in different countries like Egypt, then the Romans also, Greeks, they used to prepare these different fermented beverages, that is by the using different fruit juices as the that is by the process of fermentation. Okay, for this purpose the microorganisms used are of different kinds of yeast, or different strains of yeast you can call it as, such as the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Children, you know the scientific name of yeast is Saccharomyces. Different species of this Saccharomyces, such as Cerevisiae, this is commonly called as the brewer's yeast also. Then another species is Saccharomyces ellipsoides. So this is also known as wine yeast. So these are generally used in the industrial production of wine. Okay, so there are also many different species of yeast which are used for this process. So by this different flavors of wines are obtained, that is depending upon the fruit juices used for the purpose, different flavors are obtained. So you can say that generally the nutrient medium used also matters for this. Okay, such as the nutrient medium used for preparation of beer is barley malt, Then for the preparation of gin, it is fermented rye malt is used. Then for the preparation of sake, fermented rice is used. Then for fenny, cashew apple is used. For vodka, potato is the substrate which is used. Then different fermented cereals are used for whiskey. Fermented molasses is used for rum, and many different fermented juices are used for wines and brandy. Okay, so depending upon their concentration, we give the different names. So these alcoholic beverages, they are actually divided into two types based on whether they are distilled or not, such as the distilled beverages and undistilled beverages. So some of the distilled beverages are, that is, which are prepared by the process of distillation. So hope you know what is distillation. That is, you have already studied in your lower classes in chemistry. So where the different components of that liquid, they are separated, right, depending upon their boiling points. So here the ones which are produced by the distillation process, they are brandy, whiskey and rum, because the what substrate used for these is almost the same, that is generally the fermented molasses or the fermented juices. They are used for the preparation of brandy, whiskey and rum. Then the ones which are prepared without distillation, they are called as the undistilled beverages, alcoholic beverages, such as the beer and the wine. Okay, so remember, wine and beer are produced without distillation, whereas the ones which are produced by distillation, they are the whiskey. So as I told you, the fermented cereals or the grains are used for this process of fermentation. Okay, so this is about the use of microbes. So remember the scientific names or the organisms used for the preparation of these alcoholic beverages. Next, coming to the antibiotics. So this term antibiotic, it was actually coined by the scientist Waxman. So anti means against and bios means life. So what are these antibiotics? So these are nothing but generally the chemical substances, okay, so which are produced by certain microbes, and when they are produced, that is generally they are produced in smaller concentrations, they can kill or they can retard the growth of other harmful microorganisms without affecting the host. Okay, hope you understood. Antibiotics are nothing but the chemical substances which are produced by certain microorganisms in small concentrations. They can kill or they can retard the growth of harmful microorganisms without affecting the host organism. Okay, so those chemical substances we said to be they are called as the antibiotics. Some of the important uses of these antibiotics are, they are used as secondary metabolites in the therapeutic, that is, they have a very good importance in therapeutic use. Also, they are used as antifungal and antibacterial treatment. So it was Dr. Alexander Fleming who discovered the first antibiotic. It was accidentally discovered by him in 1929, which he called it to be penicillin. Okay, so penicillin, it was the first antibiotic. He found that in the fungus that was actually extracted from the fungus Penicillium notatum. So this fungus that extract, it could actually inhibit the growth of the bacterium Staphylococcus. So this is how the antibiotics were discovered. But the commercial extracts of it was actually by the efforts of two scientists, the Chain and Florey. These were the two scientists who started producing them commercially. So this chemical, it was extensively used in treating wounded American soldiers, that was in the Second World War. Okay, so for using these antibiotics, for giving the importance of these antibiotics, Fleming, Chain and Florey, they were awarded Nobel Prize in 1945. Yes, so some of the examples I can give you, that is actually Waxman and Woodruff. They isolated some of these antibiotics by different microorganisms, such as it was Burkholder who isolated the antibiotic chloromycetin from the bacteria Streptomyces venezuelae. Then erythromycin was extracted from Streptomyces erythraeus. Penicillin, as you all know, it was extracted from Penicillium chrysogenum. Then streptomycin, it was extracted from Streptomyces fungus, Streptomyces griseus. Okay, so different types of fungi or both even bacteria are used for preparing these antibiotics, which are used for treating many deadly diseases like plague, whooping cough, diphtheria, leprosy. Okay, so many of these bacterial infections are treated by using antibiotics. Okay, so remember children, the points here you have to remember is mainly the microbes which are used for the production of these and the uses of them. So coming to the next one, that is the chemicals, enzymes and other bioactive molecules, use of microbes in these. So first let us start with the organic acids and alcohols. So under chemicals, you can say that microbes are being used for commercial and industrial production of many different chemicals like organic acids, alcohols, enzymes, okay, and as I told you, the bioactive molecules also. About bioactive molecules we'll discuss further. First let us see which are these different organic acids and alcohols which are produced by use of microbes. So a number of organic acids are being manufactured, that is which are having the acidic properties with the help of organic compounds with acidic properties and also with the help of these microbes. For example, citric acid, lactic acid, butyric acid, acetic acid, all these they are generally prepared from different microorganisms such as Aspergillus niger, that is it is used for the preparation of citric acid and gluconic acid. Then Clostridium butylicum is used for the preparation of butyric acid. Astobacter aceti is used for preparing acetic acid. Lactobacillus is used for preparing lactic acid. Okay, then different alcohols are also being prepared, so such as ethanol, methanol, propanol, butanol. So different series what you have, these are all the alcohols that can be produced commercially by the fermentation activity of certain fungi, okay, such as the yeast, mucor, rhizopus and certain bacteria like Clostridium. So all these different alcohols, they are important, that is they are used as industrial solvents. Next also there are different vitamins which are used medicinally. These are also nothing but prepared, they are nothing but complex organic compounds which are required in very small complements and quantities, and which are required for the normal growth and development of the body. So the different types of vitamins are such as you might be knowing, such as the vitamin A, B, C, D, E and K. Some are fat soluble vitamins such as A, E, D and K. Vitamin B and C are water soluble vitamins. About these vitamins, it is not actually mentioned in your NCERT textbook. This is some of the extra information what I am giving you, that is pertaining to the use of microorganisms. Okay, so you know there are different sources of vitamins, like we just tell you to have food rich in fruits, right? Then rich in vitamin supplements. So there are different types of food materials, vegetables, fruits, which are rich in different kinds of vitamins. Also, there are certain supplements can be taken, that is the in form of the medicines or the tablets, the vitamins can be consumed also. So certain examples I'll give you, such as vitamin B2, that is extracted from Neurospora gossypi, and Erythrithium ashby. Okay, vitamin B12, it is taken from bacteria Pseudomonas denitrificans. Vitamin C is obtained from Aspergillus niger. So this is about the use of microbes in the production of vitamins. So about the bioactive molecules and enzymes will continue in the next video, children. Thank you.